what's good? This is K-Boy, BlastTheseMixtapes.com, here with Dizzy D, Artist of the Month for the month of November. Alright, so Dizzy, where did the name come from?
The name Dizzy, man. You know, most people, they got something crazy, you know. When I was a kid, man, I had this big old head and a little bitty body. And, you know, I used to fall a lot, be the kid with the bruises on his shins all the time. I guess you could say I was a dizzy young man, you know, and so, and you know, my government name is Dustin, so, you know, Dizzy D,
Gotcha.
There it is.
Okay, so who all are you affiliated with? Is there any affiliations or what?
I mean, I try to keep it, you know, pretty independently, you know, going, but I mean, like, with the Fly High guys, I mean, I definitely support what's going on there, and I support everybody's movements, like affiliation. I guess it's okay to let the cat out of the bag. I mean, I am affiliated with Universal Fontana at this point, and, you know, so we'll be moving forward with projects on that, you know, on into 2011, so that's a new development, but that's definitely happening. So.
Okay. How long have you been involved in music?
A long time. You know, like my brother and my pop and all them, they actually play instruments and sing and stuff, and I couldn't do none of that. You know, I chose to play ball instead, and I got older and I just had the ear for it. So I'd probably say seriously since maybe like 16, 17. So, you know, 8, 9 years, something like that. So.
You mentioned your brother and your dad. Anybody else that has like a musical background, like other than, you know, just instruments, maybe further back? Yeah. Anything like that in musical background?
I mean, just really, man, beyond my brother and my pops, like the whole family, man, like the men, the women, like everybody, aunts, uncles, man, where they kind of say, you know, we from the South, so it is what it is. I mean, they sit around and have a picking and grinning session, you know, so to speak, you know, so just always been around it, you know, and it's kind of like hip-hop rap is kind of like this generation's rock and roll, you know, so that's kind of what I fell into.
So who do you get your inspiration from for your music?
Inspiration? Well, I mean, you know, number one, always the big guy, you know, but what inspires me the most is seeing people that really love something and them chasing that, you know, and staying positive and prepared to achieve what they're going for, you know. Like I like to see other people achieve their dreams, and that inspires me to keep working harder, you know. So like,
all right, when you're writing, do you like to get in a certain zone? Like, you know, some people they gotta light one, you know. Some people they gotta maybe listen to some other stuff. Some people gotta just be by themselves completely. Right. Tell me about like what type of zone do you have to be in?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't light up, you know. Keep it drug free, kids, you know. But you know, most people, like you said, light up, might drink something, you know, might need to be alone. Really, to me, I mean, we kind of silly, you know. I mean, we spoke about it in the past, you know. Like, we like to keep it real loose and light, you know. But when it's time to get down to business, don't like for anybody to be in there besides the people that's working on it. You know, I don't need 3 girls that I don't know and such and such's cousin that wants to do, you know, just wants to like that peaceful. Who's working on it, so you get that energy. I just like the energy more than anything.
So, who are you currently working with? Anybody?
Currently working with? Well, always, you know, my guy Jay Beats, of course, production-wise, and 2J, Jamie Jones, all them folks. Talking about off camera, working on a collab coming up with some Memphis artists. Right. I don't want to get too far into it, because, you know, some people, you know how it goes. Sometimes people are like, yeah, I'm in, and then they not in.
Yeah,
but
and they change their minds.
We definitely got some stuff coming with some people from home base here, and then also continuing to do songwriting and stuff for other artists that aren't from here so much. So
you do, other than just your own music, you do write other songs, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, with the Christelle situation, she's got an international album coming out, and we got those couple placements on there with What You Gonna Do With It and Crush on You, you know, a lot of people might have heard Crush on You. You know, it had a nice little run in this area for a while. I'm normally not one to address beef and rumors, you know, but I feel like I'll address this for the first and the last time publicly.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
just because I'm tired of hearing about it, you know. Okay, Crush on You. Anybody knows anything about ASCAP BMI? We own all the publishing, which is half of the song.
Right. We
own all the songwriting and performance percentage, which is the other half of the song.
Right.
That equals
100%.
So, unless I'm wrong, I missed something, you know, 100% of something means you own it.
Right.
So, and a lot of people, the big thing is being it's not your song or you don't own it. I'll just keep collecting the checks. That's really all I got to say.
Okay.
But that's the first and last time you'll ever hear about that, and I appreciate you letting me get that out there.
We'll leave it at that then. So, I know you said, you know, who you're currently trying to work on some issues, some tracks with.
Yeah.
What projects are you working on right now?
Projects. Man, I mean, we got the party and all that, the early version of it that, you know, leaked out on some mixtapes. Which mixtapes was it on?
Memphis Music Volume 2.
Volume 2.
And The Future Is Now Volume 2.
And The Future Is Now Volume 2. Yes. That's the early versions, you know, so we're still adding in, you know, this and that. It's a very pop. We do rap, but we're taking it in that direction that most of the industry's going. You know, continuing to work on singles, stacking up tons of songs. Might do a mixtape one day. If I do, you know how I feel about mixtapes, but if I do, it'll probably be an officially released, you know, for sale in stores, you know.
Okay.
Get your barcodes up, you know, type thing. But no knock on mixtapes. It's just, you know,
not your thing.
Yeah, that's just not my at this moment. That's not my thing. But
so I gotta ask, something that we asked last month. If there was one person, maybe like, you know, in the major industry that you could do a track with, whether it be just songwriting or something that you are actually on the song with,
right?
Who is like one, maybe two people that you love to work with?
First off, I'd love to work with anybody. Holler at me. But two people. People gonna think I'm crazy. You got Taylor Swift and you got Miley Cyrus, and they do buku numbers. You know, I'm not so big on the hype. I'm very big on the numbers, and they do a lot of them. And you know, it's a good meld of you take their fan base and your fan base and their style of music and your style of music, and it's interesting to hear what you come up with. You know, you can really create something special, and I feel like those two artists would be at the top of the list for sure. So,
so where can your music be heard?
All over the place. You know, of course on BlastTheseMixtapes.com. Radio in various places, internet radio. Actually, I had somebody hit me up and tell me we was on Pandora, which was a total surprise for me, which is really cool. You know, the basic places, iTunes and what's the other one? Real Player, Napster, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, just your basic outlets. You know, you can find it.
Okay, and how, if somebody does want to work on a track with you, or maybe get some songwriting or whatever, how can they get in touch with you? Tell everybody the best way.
At Official Dizzy D on Twitter. Twitter's wonderful. It's easy. You can email me, officialdizzyD@gmail.com. You could call me, but you need to hit me on Twitter or the email first.
Don't want to give out the number.
You can type in Dizzy D on Facebook or, you know, wherever. Track me down. Somebody that knows somebody, you know, we'll get it together. So, at the worst, hit up this guy. He can steer you in the right direction.
I guess I say at the worst, though. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, I sure appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Always.
Check back again for the next one.
This is another